before you get married, you have problem. If you are a man that has never used power before, when power gets into your hand, the first thing is you use it to abuse your family. A man that has never used power before, a man that has not been taught how to use power, will first use it to abuse his own family. So if you are a man and power gets into your hand when you get married, there's a level of control, yeah, but we need to wait so that this marriage can work. So tomorrow you don't say, oh, she wants to become a single mother. I will not say there is no woman that don't want to become a single mother. Think of what happened to those children in the long run. You want to have children, you don't want to be married. Why? If you don't want to be married, why think of having children? For God's sake, at the beginning, when God created man, the children were supposed to be given birth to for a father and not without a father. So if there is a man, there is a woman, then we think of married as a man or as a woman. Don't go into the life of a man, because in marriage, there is a level of control. So if you want to have children, you don't want to be married. Children are not supposed to be for the unmarried. They are for the married. But if you're not married, I'm not saying, because the kind of level of control these days is quite really, really high. The reason is that there are a lot of irresponsible men, just as also there are a lot of irresponsible women. But what I would say, on the man's side, it's quite high because they got the power and they got the control tools and they want to use it, especially if they've never used it before. Now they got somebody under them. You know why there is control in marriage and why there's a lot of problems in marriage? First, you come here from different background. You never knew before. You've never met before. You've never lived together 1 year before. Trust me, grow in the same environment. Date for 20 years. That is not marriage. When you get into marriage, it's different ballgame entirely. So this one will control this one a bit. This one will control this a bit. That will make the marriage go. But where you as a lady, you don't want control, or you want your control to be more than that of the man, you have problems. And in that case, they begin to say, oh, it's you that want to become single mother. It's just that you didn't understand that there's a level of control in marriage before you go into it. And again, if I begin to talk about the man you're getting married to another, go and watch my video on when I say marriage is commitment. So go and watch it and think of the man you're getting married to. Look at level of maturity, because immaturity is usually the result of most broken homes and all that and a lot of troubles in marriage. Then when there is no role, this is a topic on its own. Roles in marriage. When roles are not known in marriage, there's bound to be breakdown in marriage. Everybody cannot do the same thing. Everybody cannot do different what they just like. There has to be defined role. Otherwise, there will be a breakdown in the system. Then, looking at that, civilization is another issue. And you say, oh, in my mother's time, there were no broken homes. In my mother's time, ladies were controlled. They stay at home. I was in a place where a man got married. Even in modern time, he asked his wife to stay home. And he was able to provide everything. The marriage ran well. The children grew up. And the woman has to start doing something. And because I want you to take care of my home, I want you to take care of my children. I don't want to run away in the morning and you are out there. So these days, the woman is away and you as a man now, you wait until she comes like your parents were doing in those days. You will not do anything in the house. That is another problem. And by the time the woman begins to talk, you say, hey, single mother. And you, the woman, will just say, if you can't do it, I can't take this. I'll just take my things and go away. Where are you going? A bit of patience also works in marriage, especially when the two of you are involved. Because when family are not involved, that's quite really, really difficult. That's another reason for a lot of breakdown in marriage today. Because the family, children don't wait to become adults. They don't wait to be matured. They want to get married all in the name of love. And if you have not heard me say this, the only love that is out there is loving your neighbor as yourself. And in marriage, you as a man, you love your wife. So if you are just saying as a woman, oh, I love him, and you're blind to every other thing, and you get into this marriage and you begin to see that love is not all it takes to marry, all those things that were attracting you, that was making you love this man, is no longer there. You begin to dislove this man. So when this is there, that'll be another problem. So again, independency. Independency will make some of you prepared for divorce before you even marry. I don't want to wait for him for everything. I don't want to wait for. If he says wait for him, if he can, why not exercise patience? Oh, I want to work 37 and a half a week. And the man is saying, oh, if you work like this, we're going to have problem with childcare and all that. I don't care. I want to. Somebody told me, I came to make money in this country. Just as a man came to make money in this country. Which money are you making now? You have children already, and you want to be man also in the house. Two men in the house. Then who looks after the children? I'm not saying looking after the children is solely the woman's responsibility, but it's a major responsibility for you. It's a major responsibility. It's a major one. You have to think of it. You have to look at it as a major one. Then again, you the men, because the society is becoming so tense, by the time you can no longer carry responsibility, you run away. And the next thing is they are saying is a single mother. Most women do prepare for divorce before marriage. I quite understand that. But also the irresponsibility on the side of the men has actually contributed a lot to these issues of single mother everywhere. Men are out there that will not want it. There are many things that would have made their wife become a single mother. There are many reasons for their wife to turn single mother, but they stand to say no to it. And you as a man watching me, you can stand to say no to it. And you as a young lady watching me, marriage, if there is control in marriage, if you don't want control, don't think of marriage. If you don't want to be committed to him, don't think of marriage. And lastly, don't go and marry a man that you will not respect.